Hey, welcome back from beautiful East Coast Canada, Prince Edward Island. This is Mary's Cornwall Bakery. I'm Sailor, but you can call me Mary. Today I'm going to show you how to make eggnog scones. I'm going to show you the recipe first, and you can just follow along. I'm just going to start chucking stuff in as per my usual. Pretty simple recipe, and so here is the actual recipe. I'll show that right there. Hopefully you can get a look at it. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead. So eggnog scones, we're not actually going to use any eggnog. We are going to just make our own eggnog flavor. So 4 cups of flour. I got my trusty little flour bucket going here. Close enough. And then we have some sugar, same thing, sugar bucket here. This is kind of my thing. So we have some baking powder. 2 tablespoons of baking powder is about the usual, and a little bit of salt. So there's your dry. To this dry, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup margarine. Also, this scoop is a 1 cup scoop, which we use all the time. And so I have everything in there with the marge. Scones, biscuits, pie dough, you always mix your margarine or your shortening or your butter in with your dry ingredients first, and then you add your wet. So I'm going to pop this on the mixer using the paddle. There we go. This is 99. And let's give her a start. And while that's mixing, I am going to do my wet. So for this recipe, as I said, I'm not using actual eggnog. Reason being, I don't really like using eggnog in baking. The flavor is too subtle. It doesn't really transfer over that well. Which means you have to use more, which means you're adding more liquid, more sugar. You get it. So 1 cup of sweet milk goes in here. So sweet milk it has kind of like a fair, it has like a fat content, it has a sugar content. So that's why I kind of cut back on my margarine in my scones, because this is going to make up for that in there. So with this, I am going to add some eggnog spice. Now, eggnog, as close as I can come, is nutmeg, cinnamon, and vanilla. Kind of gives you that eggnog flavor. So nutmeg is 1 teaspoon. Seems like a lot, but again, when you're mixing it all in with the flour and everything else, it doesn't go as far as you think. Cinnamon is 2 teaspoons. There we go. Just gonna mix that in a little bit. You can add this to your dry mixture if you like. I am adding it to this because it's my party and that's what I like. And then you have your vanilla. 1 tablespoon of vanilla for me equals approximately 2 cupfuls. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Mix that all in. So there's kind of your flavor. You got your sweet milk, your nutmeg, your cinnamon. That is going to give you an eggnog flavor. So now you kind of want something to hold it all together. So I'm going to add a couple of eggs. Tried this recipe before using just egg yolks, and didn't turn out that great. So I'm just gonna stick to the regular eggs that you would put in scones. And I'm gonna kind of beat this up. What I want to do is just pump a little air into that, so the scones are not so heavy. It's been so rainy around here the last couple of weeks. Everyone's kind of getting waterlogged. All right, there we go. And now we need a cup of milk. I'm just going to use this can as a measuring cup because, again, estimating is the joy of baking. It's a 300 ml cup or can, so I'm just going to leave a little. 250 is a cup, so let's do that and mix it all up. And it's looking good. I like those bubbles in there. That means it's good. Okay, let's check our mixer. And so with scones, biscuits, what you're looking for is that kind of gravelly sort of a look, which we have. Put this back on here. There we go. And I'm going to add our liquid. So I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time. Biscuits, any simple doughs, they like to be very lightly mixed. And if you add it a little bit at a time, you can kind of control how wet your mix is. So you can just kind of do it how you like. This one looks like it's maybe not going to need the whole 9 yards. So, but I can smell the nutmeg in there. And that should do. I didn't need quite the cup of milk. Might have overestimated that. It's all good. All good. So there we go. Because of the eggs and the milk and the sweet milk, you're going to have a sticky batter. And that is what it's supposed to be like. So for this, I'm just going to add a quick wipe. And put a little flour down. And so scones, biscuits, I don't really use a rolling pin. I just kind of pat it out with my hand. I find you can get like a better feel for the thickness. It's up to you though. You can do whatever you like. Just kind of showing you how we do it here at Mary's Cornwall Bakery. Here we go. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty thick, but it's not sticking to my hand. So that is good. If you put your hand in and it pulls back like this, it means you have too much water in it. But if it's super soft like this, but it doesn't stick to your hand that much, good. So there we go, just cutting them out as we do. And put them on the pan. This recipe will make probably a baker's dozen, maybe one more for the cook. Don't know, we'll see, but somewhere around there. somewhere around there. So yeah, kind of getting geared up for Christmas. There we go. Now for the top of these, you can just leave them blank, which I would do. That would be my personal preference. But I'll show you a couple ideas too if you want to kind of make them a little bit different. So there we go. So we got 12, we got 13 baker's dozen and one for the cook. There we go. Looks good. So for this, so you can, if you have any leftover mixture, you can just brush the top and that'll just kind of add a little extra flavor. You want to be careful going too wet. I find it's kind of, it's not the best for rising. So we'll do a couple of these with this. And then I have here, I just had some of the like the Christmas sugar. I should call it coarse white sugar. And what I did was I just added a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle that on the top. It's, I don't know, it kind of looks nice. It looks kind of finished. I find it doesn't add a whole lot of extra flavor there, but a little bit. So just gonna do that. There you go. And I'm gonna pop these in the oven. They take about 15, maybe 20 minutes. So yeah, so while they're cooking, I will clean up this mess that I have created for myself. So 375, 15, 20 minutes, and you're good to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of clean up my mess here. I noticed that my flour bucket is getting a little low, so I might fill my flour bucket first. My day is coming to an end, so yeah. I only do this about 5 or 6 times a day. There we go. There we go. All filled. I'm just gonna kind of clean up while my scones are baking. Okay, I can really smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg and everything, so it's kind of telling me that they're done. So I'm just gonna grab them and yeah, we'll show you. Let's see what the timer's at. The timer's at 1, so oh yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, one nice little batch of eggnog scones. As you can see, the ones that I brushed on top with the extra liquid are a little bit darker, and the ones with the sugar kind of have like a nice little sparkle to them. So I'll set those there, and we're gonna cut one open and see, because there was one for the cook, right? This guy looks good. So yeah, we'll cut them open, and yeah, see, they have like a nice brown color in the middle from all the spices and the vanilla. And yeah, we'll put a little butter on there, see what happens. There's that timer. My goodness. What would we do without it? Yeah, what would we do without it? So this is a nice little thing. So same thing as with all bakery items. You can do it up ahead of time. Everything bakery freezes well. If I wanted to do this ahead of time, I would bake them, let them cool off. I would slice them in half and freeze them like that. And then when you take them out of the freezer, you just pop them directly into the toaster. Don't even have to thaw them out. And there you have like nice little breakfast for yourself. Anyways, this is good. Let's see if it stands up. Tastes like eggnog. Nice and soft in the middle. Nice little crunch on the outside. Love it. Love it. Thanks for watching. From PEI Canada, Cornwall, Mary's Cornwall Bakery. I'm Sailor.